Chase?
Hey, Robin, obviously you guys have been playing well over the last month overall. How do you make sure that these are just two games and that these are sort of a blip on the radar?
Um, yeah, I think the big thing for us is we all realize we've got to realize that every single game is important for us because we've been playing well for 10 or so games, but there are so many games before that, and we know what kind of team we are. So going forward, we just have to make sure every single quarter we're all holding each other accountable and we're all pushing each other to be the best we can, especially on that defensive end.
And how big were turnovers and how they were able to capitalize off of them tonight?
They were huge. They were huge. I mean, I think in the second there was a stretch where it felt like we didn't get shots up on the basket for 5 possessions or so. And they came right down and they got buckets of free throws.
Ava?
Hey, Robin. Does it feel like there's any extra pressure on Thursday's game just because it is right before the break? And obviously you guys would ideally want to turn things around, but does that kind of the scheduling matter at all of that?
Maybe a little bit, but I think by the time Thursday rolls around, people are going to be looking at it. The guys on the team are just going to be looking at it as another game, another opportunity for us to go out there and perform on the defensive end.
And Scott said he thought it was your guys' defensive disposition, I guess was the word he used to describe the defense tonight. How do you ensure that you guys come out with the same approach? Like, where's the challenge in that, doing in that night in and night out, especially with such a young team?
Yeah, I agree. We didn't have that edge of that tenacity on that end of the floor. And I think up and down the roster, people will concur with that notion. That's something that I think each individual player has been very good about holding themselves accountable for this past stretch of games. And that didn't happen tonight. I know I had a few possessions where I didn't step up on jaw during in the pick and roll like I should have, or I didn't help over like I should have. I think there were too many possessions of like that from a lot of us.
Kellen?
Hey, Robin. You mentioned keeping each other accountable. I guess, how do you do that when you're, do you mean like during the game? Do you mean like after the game in the locker room? Like, how do you keep each other accountable?
I think it's constant. Pre-game, watching film, teaching in walkthroughs, shoot-arounds whenever we have those. During the game, encouraging and getting on guys, both a little bit of honey, a little bit of the cane. And then post-game, going back, watching film, reflecting on what you just went through.
And I know, other players and coaches mentioned that Russ obviously is someone who keeps people accountable. Like, how has he been as a leader of this team in your mind?
He's been excellent with that. He's been great with that. Brad's been great with that. Mo is somebody who's very vocal on defense. I think we have a few guys that have been really good at that for us.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Guys, if you have any questions, go right ahead and raise your hand. Fred?
Hey, Brad. What caused all your guys' turnover issues tonight?
First, praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. They were real handsy. I think they got I think they were making it tough on us, like being in the passing lanes. They're real super athletic. I think a lot of times we were sometimes careless with the ball. I know I had a few myself. But I mean, we just gotta be better, getting to spots, letting guys be able to, see you're open. I think our spacing was kind of bad tonight. And then, just taking care of it. It was a lot of careless ones, and then being strong with the ball. We kind of let them dictate, the game with their defensive energy.
And off topic from the game, I know you often say that at the end of seasons, you kind of use the time at the end of the year, like after it's done, to reflect and look back and improve from there. Do you have any processes like that you do over the All-Star break?
Somewhat. Yeah. Probably not as like in tune to it, but it's like, okay, what in my game is, not where I want it to be? What are some quick fixes, that I can, kind of dial in and really try to perfect over the next couple of days or over a break, or really dial into over a break and go from there. But not like I do in the off season now.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
Ava?
Brad, you mentioned Friday that a big key in today was going to be coming in with the right approach. Do you feel like it was just mindset or something that kind of happened from the outset that led to a lot of the troubles tonight, or was that not it?
I mean, it's definitely mindset, because they came in ready to go. I mean, I was hearing Dylan Brooks the whole night. He was like, I was prepared for this last night to see you. And that's great to hear. He's a competitor. He's always going to make it tough, and just, you understood, how they approached the game tonight. And I don't think we had that same mentality. We were too laxed, and we let them pretty much control the intensity of the game. We got to be better at that. We didn't build on the last 9 we just had.
Because of Thursday's game being scheduled right before the All-Star break, is there any extra pressure on that game to kind of get in a win, or does that not matter at all to you guys?
Well, Avery, it matters. But it's definitely the toughest games are always the ones right before the break and right after the break, because everybody's so looking forward to, getting out of here or doing whatever they need to do for break. But, you have to understand that, great teams and, they embrace these times and these wins right before the break, serving as momentum for the second half of the year. So this team actually kicked our ass early, a few weeks ago in the Clippers. So, if we don't have that same mindset, they can do it again. So we got to make sure we're ready to go on Thursday, makeup game or not.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
Chase?
Hey, Brad, could you expand on the Dylan Brooks matchup? You said that he had done his homework. What's it been like realizing that, teams and opponents are kind of really studying you from game to game?
I mean, it's an ultimate, sign of respect. Granted, I credit everybody that comes out and guards and defends and have the task of facing me every night. But I don't give a damn who it is. I'm going to try to attack him and go at him. But he has that same mindset. And I respect him. He's a gritty guy. And I mean, everybody. He's not the only one though. Everybody around the league is starting to do it. They know what the scouting report is. Just, keep the ball out of my hand, or, force other guys to make plays. Just make it difficult for me to catch, So I think the whole league is gravitating towards that. And, he did a pretty good job of that tonight.
Christos?
Hello, Bradley. I would like to ask you, what was the biggest lesson of tonight's game for you as a team, and how important for you is to finish strong the first half of the season to the game against the Clippers?
We have to understand that, we can't take a game for granted. We're not in a position to give away games. We still haven't done anything. I always keep saying it. We've won some games, but we still, like tonight, we had bad habits. Bad habits came back up again. So we gotta be better. We have to be a lot better. We gotta close out games and approach everyone, like it's your last. Approach everyone with a professional mindset that we're going to come in and win. I think they did a better job of that than we did tonight. And then, we have to do the same thing after break. Nothing changes. We just have to stay locked in to what we do, control what we can control, and go from there. We can't get caught up in who we're playing, who's playing, what team it is. We just got to go out there and compete.
Neil?
Hey, Brad, Scott and Robin both talked about, the lack of resistance on defense, and they were kind of just getting whatever they wanted. What's the difficulty in trying to make adjustments during the game to prevent that?
I think a lot of those times was just when we're saying we're not showing resistance. Those are individual challenges. Those are just guys going right by us in one-on-one situations or in the post. Guys not standing their ground, just kind of getting back down. And we got to be better at that. We have to be able to show some force and resistance. Like that's what they do to us. Every last one of our catches, is pushed out, or, it's difficult for us to get the ball, or we got to really fight 10 times harder, to screen somebody or get open. That's the type of resistance that we're talking about. You know, and it's not just one guy, it's everybody. You know, we all have to be better at that tonight.
Quentin.
Hey, B, how would you evaluate John Morant's game tonight, and what growth have you seen from him in just a couple years as a point guard in this league?
Oh, he's a special talent for sure. You know, I have a lot of respect for Ja, his professionalism and his approach to the game. He loves the game. He studies it. And tonight, it was probably for the first time I've seen him manipulate a game. He kind of manipulated us tonight. He kind of got what he wanted, was running his team. You know, he's talking a little trash, getting guys going too. So he's going to be a special talent for, you know, years to come. We all know that. You know, it's no surprise. You know, but, you know, we didn't make it tough on him. You know, we definitely tried, but he kind of got the best of us tonight. You know, best thing about it is we see him first game out there.
And with the Clippers on the horizon, what can you take from last game, which was the last time you faced that team, which was pretty bad, and apply to getting this win right before this break that you have?
Oh, man. Well, one, don't even think about that game. Throw it out the window. We know that wasn't us, and that's not how we play. But understand that they are a championship caliber team. You know, they're going to come out and smack us in the mouth if we're not ready to go. And so, you know, we got to have the same approach that we've had, you know, the last couple games before this. And, you know, that's on the defensive end. You know, we have to show our intensity and show our identity on the defensive end and let everything else take care of itself, and definitely shoot the ball. We passed up way too many open shots tonight. We got to be better at that.
Appreciate you, B.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.